February 29th, aka that day that only comes once every 4 years, aka the day within the year that the Olympics are typically held, except for when it wasn't, aka Leap Day. Now, I don't typically do much for Leap Day, I just forget it exists and then I go about my day. But today I wanted to try and reflect a little bit on where I have been in the past 4 years, how I've grown, and what I'd like to do for the next 4 years when there's another Leap Day. I think it's pretty cool. It's an extra day of the year, an extra day to do things, an extra day of summer in the case of Australia, and I will be working on this year's Leap Day, but just to recap and reflect, I wanted to make a short little video about it. So here we are. The last Leap Day, or the last year we had a February 29th, was 2020. That was a very big year for me. It was the year I moved out of home and started university. It was also the year that COVID-19 happened, the decade-defining event so far. Quite a crazy time. But yeah, a lot changed in my life. I went to uni to study animation. I moved out of home. I moved 1,000 kilometers away from home to a city where I had no family or no friends, so I was starting fresh. It was pretty scary. Since those 4 years, I have moved out of student accommodation. I'm fully financially dependent. I've gotten a university degree, and I'm doing YouTube. Not full-time or anything, but I'm making YouTube videos at a pretty consistent rate that I'm happy with. I've made a lot of new friends, and I've grown a lot as a person. I've done a solo trip to Japan where I was able to face a lot of hardships by myself with language and just planning and difficulties, and I matured a lot because of that. I have also faced some loss in these past 4 years. I've had no one very close to my family, luckily, but I've had some friendships end. I've had some pets pass away that were very close to me. Yeah, COVID was a tough time. It was difficult starting at university, then having to immediately go back to home, and it felt like it was all stripped away from me after I worked so hard to get to that point. I managed to get through it. I managed to get my degree, and I finished it, and I was able to make really great friends and improve my art and just grow through that. And I'm glad I did it in the end. In regards to my Japanese level, I've improved a lot just within the last year even, but compared to 2020, I've improved so much. I hope by 2028, I'm probably never going to be fluent, but to a closer degree of just everyday fluency would be really cool. In the next 4 years, I don't know what will be in store for me. It's honestly pretty tough. I don't know where I'll be living, what I'll be doing. I'm currently working a part-time job. I'd probably not want to be doing that in 4 years' time. I'd like to be doing something a bit more ambitious. And for YouTube, it may be a lofty goal, but I'd like to eventually just dedicate more time to it if I could, financially, of course, and just grow my audience. Hopefully have people I can interact with, see regulars commenting and everything. It'd be so cool to have people commenting now that are still sticking around in 4 years' time. That would be amazing. And by 2028, I will be in my late 20s, so I hope to be a more mature person and more established as an adult. I feel like I've only really started at this point, but I'd like to be more established and set up by then. I don't know where I'll be living. I could eventually move to Japan like I planned to originally, and almost had the opportunity still to. I could still be living in Australia. I don't know where in particular. I could be living in this exact place where I am now, or I could also change. Who knows? That's the exciting thing. There's so many future possibilities and things, and not all of them are going to be good, but all of them will help us grow. And in the long run, you tend to look back on it with some fondness, unless it's, of course, very traumatic. But for most of those things, I'm hoping it will be something great. But yes, this was just a little short video I wanted to do. I don't typically think about that or reflect too much, but I thought it would be fun to make a little video and then come back in the future and see how I've grown again and how I've changed. It will be really fun. I've grown a lot as an artist, as a person. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how I'll continue to grow in the next 4 years. And I hope some of you guys will be there for that, along with the journey. You'll also all grow and change in another 4 years for another leap year. Crazy stuff. But all we can do is just hope to be our best selves and just keep going on and enjoying life. So best of luck in the next 4 years, and I look forward to sharing them with all of you here.